For 2016, we faced different challenges and different environments from year on year, but one of the key important achievements that I feel that DMCC did in 2016 is the consistency that we showed. The number one thing that I'm proud of is that we keep the ball rolling, and the DMCC has been engaged the whole year, which brought up these successful results. I believe the team and the management in DMCC are hungry and feeling that there is more to do, and we keep looking. It's exploring new markets. It's ensuring that the businesses around the world, maybe today they're not ready to make a jump or expand into DMCC, but they're aware of the alternative if things become difficult or an opportunity arises in our area that fits their business. That's why when changes happen around in the markets in the world, you do see quick movements that happen in Dubai or Hong Kong or Singapore, some businesses that move and shift around these areas. So I take pride knowing that DMCC on the commodities level is on the same level as London, Hong Kong and Singapore. There are a number of free zones in Dubai, and we always advise the businesses to set up where it fits them the best. They pick Dubai or they pick DMCC because they do also want to explore new markets, and Dubai is known to be a proper gateway to the Gulf and the region around it and Saudi Arabia. There's a consistency on what the cost of doing a business here is, what to expect. For Burj 2020 District, we will be starting with the phase 1, and we will be informing you of more details on that tower. We've split the project into 4 phases. We want to make sure that we don't lose focus and the resources that's needed for the current free zone. You have to understand this is the largest free zone in the Middle East, and the number one free zone globally two years in a row. And I would not want to lose ground on that because we got sucked into too much of the property development. I think the safest way to go forward is to be a bit mindful on that growth. But expect us to announce a groundbreaking ceremony sometime this year. I know the team are focusing on China a lot. I think the priority would be more on the regions as much as it is on the commodities, and we have a long way to do on China as well. We do also have a lot of work to do for gold, and I expect to see some more news regarding the gold business.
2016 was very challenging globally and regionally, but in that environment, we've had an extremely rewarding year as DMCC. 2016 new companies in 2016 in our free zone. That was a huge achievement. FDI magazine voted us for the second year #1 free zone in the world. That is a significant achievement. We've had annual growth of 33% over the last decade, and that growth has not diminished. 95% of the companies that are coming into our free zone are first time to Dubai. So we're actually getting in new business, growing trade in Dubai all the time. So let's look at why we're so successful, why we were named #1 free zone in the world. There's several reasons. 13,500 companies today, 7 new companies every single working day. All of these member companies that come in, 95% of these are new to Dubai. Why do they come in? They come in for several reasons. It's not just because we license and offer other sort of services as regulator, but more importantly, all of our processes are streamlined and online. It's the customer experience. We create that unique ecosystem in which businesses can trade with one another and actually grow. We wouldn't be where we are without our member company support. We have to create services, we have to listen to them, we have to talk to them, we have to actually understand what it is that they want, but most importantly, we need to understand what it is that they need to be successful in business here. We signed 20 MOUs last year, and this is a sign of where we're taking our business in future years. And I'll talk about a few of these MOUs, for instance. One is the MOU, the landmark MOU that we signed with the Shanghai Gold Exchange, the largest gold exchange in the world with over 15 million customers. What we do now is we offer the Shanghai flagship contract on our exchange, the DGCX. That's the first time that the Chinese benchmark is available outside of China, which is why I call it a landmark partnership. Talking about DGCX, in a year in which global exchanges have had volumes dropping because of lack of volatility, our exchange, DGCX, grew by 36% in volumes last year. It transacted business worth over $440 billion. That is substantial, and that is what brings so much more value to what DMCC does in terms of growing trade, physical and financial. If I look at what we've done at the Tea Center, for instance, which is a physical marketplace unlike any other in the world, we moved or handled 41.6 million kilos of tea from our tea center. We also started up a JV to blend specialty teas. So we blend over 200 specialty teas through that center now. China is a very important market for us. You're aware of China's One Belt, One Road initiative. Now, Dubai sits right in the middle of the maritime Silk Route. So what we're constantly looking at is how can we actually add value to Chinese companies that want to access this region, Africa and South Asia. How do we give them the access to the 4.9 billion people, or 65% of the world's GDP from here? And we're therefore signing landmark agreements with Shanghai, for instance. We're signing agreements with key Chinese partners, and these sorts of agreements will be also done with other key countries or our trading partners as we go ahead. For an example of that is the Shanghai Gold Exchange, and the Shanghai Gold benchmark now trades on DGCX. But in addition to that, we signed an agreement last year with Yunnan State Farms, who will be the first customer of ours in the new coffee center, where we will be getting coffee Arabica from Yunnan coming into Dubai for the first time. That'll be the start of a coffee marketplace. Let's look at what we did on the property front. On the property front, we delivered one GLT, grade A commercial space that is filling up rapidly with large corporates. We've started our journey on building the Burj 2020 district. What we're doing with the existing JLT district, of course, is we're making it smart. What does smart district mean for us? Smart district means for us three things. It's about connectivity, both physical and virtual. It's about sustainability, reducing or lowering the energy footprint, and it's about community. It's about creating a world-class community, whether it's commercial or residential, the best community for both businesses and for people to live in.